what actually made you physically move down here after you'd been playing around here? Was it just a natural thing?
Well, it was the consequence of my wife getting a job as a news anchor here in Nashville. And she was the 6 and 10 news anchor in Bowling Green, an hour up the road. She heard that there was an opening in Nashville, and I'd been waiting for an avenue for us to get to Nashville. I wasn't going to leave her and go off somewhere, but I was, chomping at the bit to get down here. And, I think she applied for the job in March. It started in April 2nd or 3rd. I mean, it was real fast. And Government Cheese just happened to be playing their last couple of weekends of gigs ever. We were breaking up, supposedly. And we did actually break up for a while there. So I moved to Nashville from Bowling Green. My band broke up. Life was just, here's the road. Sharp right. Okay. Whole new life to get used to here, and wound up because Grimey kind of took me under his wing and started taking me around to social occasions and musical occasions, and because of a jam session Grimey brought me to with Will Kimbrough, and Tommy Meyer was on the drums. Suddenly, within 2 or 3 weeks of being in town, I was in another band. We were only together 2 years, but we, by the time we were done, we halfway owned Nashville. We did a record on John Prine's label, and I was just on top of the moon. I was thinking, this is great, and the rug could come out from under you at any minute, which it did in September of '94 when we broke up. It wasn't about a year later that my first book came out. When the Biscuits broke up, I figured, okay, I'll write that book now. I'll just be a writer for the rest of my life. This is it. And so the book comes out in '95, and Brad Jones, the producer who produced the Biscuits records, produced all of Jill Sobiel's stuff, rest in peace, and a ton of other people. He calls me up. He'd heard some of the demos for the second Biscuits record that never was, and he wanted to record me. And it was just, I was thinking, okay, my book's just come out. I'm going to be Tommy the writer. That's what I'm going to be from now on. It's going to be Tom Wolfe, Tom Robbins, and Tommy Womack. It was going to be like that.
Yeah, there you go. Good company to be in there.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah. And Brad calls me up and says he wants to give me some free studio time. And if it leads to a record deal, then he'll get a piece of the publishing, and that's how we'll do it. And those demos became my first album. Came out, a couple of years later. We worked on it bit by bit. And my son was born on the Sunday, and the record was released on the Tuesday following. So I suddenly, again, life changed instantly, And I didn't tour much or anything for that record. I didn't, because, Beth was getting up at 4 a.m. to do the morning anchor spot at Channel 5. And I was the primary caregiver from whenever Nathan woke up to whenever Beth got home. So I couldn't really go on the road.
Mm.
And I was resentful at the time. I'm very grateful now, I got to be a father, I don't know how good I was at it, but he's a good kid. 27 years old, I still think of him as a kid. Wow, 27 years.
You remind me of George Carlin if he were a lyricist.
Oh, wow. I remember hearing the Class Clown album. My brother got it on 8-track. We're talking about like 1972, 73. I'm sitting on his bed with his Koss headphones on, listening to this tape that if Mom had known what I was listening to, she would have come in there and grabbed that 8-track out of the machine and thrown it out the window.
When we spoke to you this last October, it was before Todd Snider had died.
One day Todd was with us, and then a week later he's gone. I found out he died that day we shot the interview, I think, or I was over at Chris's when he died. I knew about a day before the rest of the world knew that he had passed away. All of us, on the inner circle, I guess you'd call it, all of us got phone calls on like the Thursday, I think it was. And then the next day, news broke about it. I don't know who went public, but somebody found out, somebody with a typewriter and a computer, and suddenly the whole world knows about it. And I went to the memorial, is it last week? I guess it was. And I don't know, it seems like I just kind of carried on as if Todd hadn't died, because people don't die to me. I never cry. I'm on enough psych meds to choke a mule, and I don't cry. And you think you're ready for when they finally go. You never are. Hell, man, you're happy for them when their miseries are over. They leave that ragged body behind to rest under the clover.
Laurie, there was something that you had said, that somebody else said, I believe it might have been part of something on the back of...
It was the Dust Bunnies, and it says, when you put Keith Richards, Billy Graham, and Hunter S. Thompson in a blender and turn it on high. Marshall Chapman.
And I said, you know what? You could just say that, because it was that's to me a rich description. And as a writer, I'll just say, I would tip this hat here that we'll pitch Jolton. Y'all, when y'all's in Nashville, make sure and visit Jolton Hardware, Feed, and Pharmacy, where all of our peoples and loved ones tend to play sometime. Okay, there's your...
Hardware, Feed, and Pharmacy. Another title. Alice's restaurant was very influential. More so than Prime, more so than a lot of people I get associated with, because it's a funny story, and Arlo and me, we kind of have the same sort of accent, until I said creating a nuisance, and they all moved back over to me. We were having fun, smoking cigarettes, and somebody showed me how to play the chord structure to it, which was revolutionary stuff for me at the time. I didn't know you could do some of those things that this person taught me. And so my sister had the record, so I borrowed it from her for life, and I figured out where the capo was going to go on the guitar and started playing along with it. And I can't remember melodies very well, but I can remember words. And I learned the whole thing, all 21 minutes of it, however long.
Yeah.
Around our little circle in college, I became known as the guy who knows Alice's restaurant. And
Nice.
I would sit on porches and play it for people. It's a great slice of life. I got that out of it. That's one thing that I got from that song, is a slice of life. You write about a person, you write about the drink they were having when you met, you write about what kind of chair they were sitting in, you write about whether it's sunny outside or raining, you write about all the stuff that decorates it, and then up in the middle, like a plant, comes to what you're actually really writing about that person.
It's the imagery in writing.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for free to receive more content like this. If you liked this video, please check out these other recommended videos. Don't forget to visit the links in the description and check the comments to share your thoughts. Thanks again.